Hello and welcome to lesson 8 of Dancing with Dogs. So within this lesson we're going to have 3 parts to it, okay? So we're going to be working now on the leg weaving. So kind of continuing on from lesson 7, we're now going to adapt that a little bit and make it into a little bit more of a dance routine, okay? So again, I apologise, but it's going to be easier if I just give you a view of my legs so you can see exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I just think it's going to help you guys when it comes to practicing with your dogs at home, okay? So again, I'm going to stand up. You're going to get a view of my lovely legs. Let's get in position. Right. Okay. So the first one that we're going to be focusing on. So again, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to adapt what we've learned with the previous lessons with the round and the figure of 8 and things like that. But now we're going to be doing some movements with that. So we're going to incorporate some leg weaving as we move forward. Okay. Now at the early stages of this, you need to, when it comes to raising your legs, you need to raise them quite high. So it's not necessarily going to be that much of a natural position, shall we say. But over time and practice, then you will be able to make it more like a natural sort of step, okay? But initially, whilst you're practicing, you want your leg to be quite high so the dog understands what it is that you want them to do. Okay, so we're going to start again by putting the dog on our left hand side, and what we're going to do is we're going to use our hand to encourage our dog to weave. So we're going to get the hand to get the dog to target our hand. Okay, and what we're going to do is raise our head, put the hand underneath, and encourage our dog to follow it through. As soon as he does, click him. Give them the treat for doing so. All right, and then what you're going to do is step forward. You're going to repeat that same movement again, but now with your left leg, and now you're going to use your left hand. You're going to encourage him through. As soon as he's through, click him and treat him. Now what I want you to do is practice this with a number of steps to begin with, okay? So keep practicing clicking as he goes through. Once the dog's performing this reliably, you can then start to introduce your command word, which could be weave, and then over time you're going to start to withhold the click, okay? So you're going to wait till he's weaved a few times before you click, and you're going to gradually build that up. So initially, you are clicking after each step, okay? So initially, it is this. Sorry, we'll start again. Where are we? Right, yes, it's this. Weaving them through, okay? Weaving them through, okay? And we're going to click them after each weave. But eventually, we're going to do this, and my hands are totally not coordinated. Let's start that again, okay? So this, to encourage them through, this, etc., okay? And you're going to build that up gradually, okay? But then once the dog's performing that reliably, you can then start to take away the lure, so take away your target, okay? And you can start to withhold the click until he's weaved a few times. So initially, it's every weave. Over time, you build that up. So then might be 2 weaves, 3 weaves, 4 weaves, 5 weeks, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. We're going to move on now to the second part of the lesson, and this is going to involve spicing that little movement up a little bit just to make it more of a dance routine, okay? Right, so now that we've been practicing with the weave, now we can try and adapt some form of dance routine into this. So we're going to do some sideward movements, okay? It'll take a little, it's going to be difficult for me to explain this over a video for you. Again, I'm going to give you a view of my legs and hope you get the idea of what I want you to do, but it is all wrote down in your PDF version as well. It's a really good little routine, a little dance move to fit in any routine as well. Again, with all of them, it just looks really, really good, and that's the aim. We want something that's going to look really good and really effective, okay, especially when we've got our showcase on Sunday. Okay, so I'll stand up. I'm going to stand at this end of the camera to begin with, just to give me a little bit more room to move, because I haven't got much room in this office as it goes. So what we're going to do, by now, obviously bearing in mind the dog should know what the weave command is, because we've been working with part 1 of this lesson. So what we're going to do is put the dog on our right hand side. Okay, we're going to raise our leg up and in front of us, and we're going to give the weave command. As he passes through, so as soon as he starts passing through, we're going to swing that right leg across and in front of your left leg. Okay, I'll try and move this down a little bit so you can see what I've done. Okay, we'll start that again. So lift it up, and as the dog weaves through, you're going to swing it in front of your left leg, okay? You're then going to step sideways with your left leg, and then you're going to repeat that process again. So lifting, and then this time he's going to come through that way, okay? So the idea is, if we do that again, this is the movement you're looking for. So dog comes through this way, over, sideways move, lift your leg, dog comes through that way, over, sideways move, okay? And then you can practice on the other side, okay? So the other side would be you lift the leg, left leg up, that would go over in front of your right, right would move sideways, up, over, sideways. So that's what we're aiming for. So that's that kind of crossover movement with your legs and your feet there, okay? And every time you lift your leg up, the dog's going to weave through it, okay? So obviously moving to the left, it's always going to be your right leg that you lift. Moving to your right, it will always be your left leg that you lift, okay? So any questions, please just let me know. Now we're going to move on to some reverse weaving. Right, the final part of this lesson, this is probably going to be the more trickier one to work with, because now what we're going to do, now that we've adapted the forward weave, we're now going to look at doing a reverse weave, which looks incredible to watch, but it is a little bit of time consuming, and it does take a little bit of patience and practice to get it there, okay? So again, I'll stand up because it is easier. I know I keep saying this, but it is a lot easier to demonstrate on my legs as it is just to talk you through it, okay? So I hope you agree, and I hope you find viewing my legs for a couple of minutes satisfying. So, and I hope they answer the questions that you may have, I guess. Right, so let's have a look if I just position my phone a little bit better there. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the dog next to us on our left-hand side, okay? We're going to put our left leg forward, okay? And we're going to use a lure in our left hand to kind of push the dog backwards between our legs, okay? So the idea is his back end's going to go in between our legs first, and he's going to end with his head level to our right knee, okay? Then what we're going to do is obviously click him and give him the treat for doing so, okay? We're then going to step back with our left leg, and we're going to use the lure again to push him through our right leg, okay? So exactly the same, but this time we're going to use our right hand with the lure in there to push him through the right hand side. And then again, we're back again to go through the left, okay? So the idea is you start, and over time, so initially left leg forward, through there, so he's level with that. Then you bring that back, you then use this hand to then push him back that way, okay? So the idea is you are making use of the lure initially, you're encouraging them into the position, you're going to build that up gradually, and then of course you're going to withhold the lure, and you're only going to focus on verbal commands. So that verbal command can be reverse or something like that, okay? Now initially just praise for each individual step, so each weave, a praise for the praise that immediately with a click, and then start to incorporate a number of backward steps, okay? So build it up really, really gradually. So I hope I've explained myself as well as I possibly can in there, but obviously if there's any questions, then please just let me know. All right, and these videos are open forevermore, so if you ever want to go back and check out my legs, then you're more than welcome to. So there you go. Enjoy, guys. Best of luck with this lesson.